Hi to all my Apex professionals on Xbox. My name is Mark, I'm a PC player, and today I show you how to own with a mouse on Xbox. Let's go. It was just a joke, guys. This was still a review for PC player, but this mouse is capable to perform on PlayStation 4 or 5, Xbox X, S and 1. So if you want, you can use this. You just put your pad away, you put your aim assist away, and then you own with the mouse. I trust in you guys, you can do it. So as always, I'm here to give you the latest, the newest, the most freshest, most exciting, most trolling review you have ever seen on YouTube about the new HyperX Pulsefire Haste wireless. Was kind of hard to get, to be honest, because it's not on Amazon or somewhere else. But I'm glad I got it so fast, and I'm also glad they improved, because like 10 months ago I've already done a review about the wired one. No one cared about this review, by the way, but I don't understand why, because basically this shape is goated, one of the best shapes, and the overall material feel I've ever had. It's very solid, was an awesome piece, so awesome product. I have no idea why it's so underrated. Basically, or wait, I have an idea. It has a PixArt 3335 sensor, maybe that's the reason, but still an awesome product. And like 10 months later, or basically no, it's wrong. I think it was released in January last year, or in February, something like that, and I reviewed it in April, I think. And like already in August or September, I saw a paper or a sheet where Pulsar made those registration and the patents for the product, for the wireless version on, I don't know, on something, on American registry. Don't know how it was called. I saw it and was kind of surprised, and I thought, oh nice, the shape was awesome, they do wireless, I hope they can keep the weight. Yes, they keep the weight. It's only 2 grams more heavy than the one with the cable. By the way, that's my cat Tiger. And yeah, I was kind of surprised to have it in hands, and that feels still like the wired one to one, to be honest. Also the weight, the shape weight, and how the weight is balanced on the mouse is pretty much the same compared to the one with the wires. So I'm kind of glad about the construction. I know some reviewers from the States were influenced in the pre-production samples and in the testing before release. I'm glad you guys did this work, and I'm thankful for everyone who is able, or for the companies who give out those trust to reviewers with NDAs and let them also influence the latest shapes and products. Well made, to be honest. You can feel it. It's a solid product. It was the box, by the way. Normally we start talking about the box, but I started with some gossip for you. So that's the box. That's the Pulsefire Haste by HyperX. HyperX is a brand owned by HP, which is located in Böblingen, Stuttgart, Germany, and was further, or before HP bought it, I think it was Kingston. It was Kingston. Yeah, Kingston was the main brand, and I think Kingston's like gone. It's HP now, and the memory brand of Kingston is now Fury, I think. They renamed it. It's not Kingston Memories anymore, it's Fury. And they still keep the name HyperX. What is HyperX known for? Basically, I think most of you guys know them for the cloud headsets. They're kind of good. And there's also one cloud headset which has planar magnetic drivers, which is kind of cheap, to be honest, and is basically a Audi's or Audi Z planar magnetic 7.1 HRTF super headphone, to be honest. Nobody reviewed, maybe I do it later, but it's one of the best products I've ever seen from HyperX. Also the normal Orbit is very good, prices are awesome. I never tested the keyboard, but I know this mouse. That's why I will talk about it after I showed you all the stuff inside, some papers, small descriptions. Basically everything in the box was made out of paper or box or carton, was very good, but only one turn up was there. Like I thought that's kind of economical friendly. Everything is like made out of paper. And then there was like a huge fat plastic inlay where the mouse was fitted in. And I thought, what the fuck, why I do everything out of paper? Build some origami paper boxes to store everything when I do those huge display blister type of boxing inside for the mouse. That's stupid because nobody can see it. Only you, when you open the box here and pull out the mouse, can see it. It's totally dumb. I think it's not environmental healthy or friendly, or I don't know. It's dumb. So what is in the box also is like the USB receiver, the USB C to A translator, which is the basically connector to your braided, also delivered USB-C cable, which is I think 1.8 meter long, which you can put into the translator and or comparator, however you want to call it, and put it like this. This is your desk setup. You should put it like here, 20 centimeters away from your mouse. Basically, minimum 1.5 to 2.5 meters away from the next wireless router or 2.4 gigahertz receiver or sender unit from any wireless product. That's my tip for you, because you won't have problems with interfering signals by some other 7.4 gigahertz products, which will keep your signal non-switched on this product, which will not introduce latency then. That's one main thing I want to tell, because a lot of people lately have problems with like, I have problems with my wireless. I don't know why. Some people don't use those extenders here. They just put the dongle on the backside on the PC and the PC is in the next room, something like that. And then they wonder why they have high latency. Just use this, guys. Use it. 20 centimeters, clear, straight, best performance, lowest latency. So that's in the box. One thing I want to mention here is HyperX, keep it old school. You're still able to put your dongle down here in. That's cool, nice feature if you travel or if you want to use the Bluetooth function for your laptop when you are like in the train or wherever you want to use it, and you don't want to put everything like with you and you're not playing competitive on your laptop for 600 euro. But when you have a Fortnite tourney, you need to play it. All right. Yeah, basically the rest is history, I think. Let me start with the worth thing. On the German review, I started with the good things. I think I will do it different now, because the worth thing here, in my opinion, is the sensor. It's a PAW PixArt 3335. It's the same sensor they used in the old version. It's one of the old sensors basically available. Yes, you can do a lot of reworking with the MCU and whatever, and they have a very good MCU, to be honest. They use a very strong Nordic MCU. Also, what's the other company? Sorry. Oops. No. Basically, they use this old sensor, and I think it's kind of the biggest problem for me, like here, for people to buy this, because they see every other product with 3370 now. Basically every product, or even with the next generation, like Hero 25, like 3395 on the next Endgame Gear Wireless, for example, on the Pulsar Symmetrical, which is appearing in Q3 this year, so maybe in August. And also we have those Razer products which already have the Focus Plus, so 3395, 3399. And all the other brands, also smaller brands, are already coming with the next generation. And these guys are still at 3335, not even 3370. Why? And then the other thing I don't understand, whilst you have this sensor, or while you are still in charge of this old sensor, you are still doing, I don't know how I can say it, you're still doing like this. I want to show you something. That's the German. Oh no, sorry. Aha, why? Here now I have the right window. So that's the German page from HP Germany, from the German store. Basically, you can see that's a product, everything I told you already. There are grips and the extra piece of glides inside. The glides are very good. But the price, like this here is 100 euro in Germany. It's basically 110 to 115 US dollar. Okay, it includes the sending. But sending in Germany is basically €3.90, €4.90 flat for big companies, max, I would say. Some have even cheaper if they are big and sending a lot of parcels. And one thing I think is that 100 euro for a product with Technique, which is basically over 3 years old, 4 years, which is competing with the Logitech Superlight, which is like also 99, 105, maximum 110 euro in Germany. So basically only maximum 10 euro more expensive than this one. How do you want to compete? The battery is longer lasting. It's way faster, better sensor, more attachments, more glides, more variety of grips, a lot of unique customization options available. So why you want to spend 100 euro on this? I mean, for you guys over there in the States, if guys from States watching this, you don't have these problems. I think I saw like, where do I have it? Is it this? Here, I have it here. I'm glad I found it so fast. So basically you guys over there, you have like 80 US dollar. I hope it is with sending also. It says out of stock. I have no idea if they already sold it over there, because I saw some reviewers from the States who have it already, but I'm not totally sure, to be honest. Also, I think it's kind of weird that HP Germany already has it here, but on the HyperX page on the German one, it's not even there. There's no information about it, and I have no clue why. So I just ordered it here. It was kind of next day or 1 or 2 day delivery, very fast. And I don't know if it's available over there on you, but the price you have here should be the price. It needs to be here too, like 75 or 70 euro. Would it be, to compare it, US dollar to euro? Maybe even if it's 79 euro. It's still 20 euro less than 100. Would make way more sense, because this for me is like just how it's made, how the weight is, how the sensor is, and how the software is, which I will show in a second, is like more entry level product. It's not a high end level product. Sure, how they made it, how it feels is awesome. So the way the total package is nice, but the sensor and the software and the configuration abilities are so bad that this and the latency, which I will show you in a second, just excludes it from the 100 euro club. You know, that's the 60 euro club, maximum 70 euro. That's the entry level, not more and not less, to be honest. And if it would be, if you have it on like Black Friday for 60, 50 euros, buy it immediately. Awesome product, but never buy it for 100 euro. Okay. So after talking about the price in Germany and over there in the States, I may want to show you those. That's the software, by the way, on my PC. This PC is kind of treated for low latency, so there is no Windows App Store on this Windows version. It's Windows 10, latest version, no App Store. And there's no way you will be able to configure any HyperX product, also not the wired one or something else. Here, of course, you need the App Store to get it run. Okay, so I configure it over there on my stream PC, which is kind of there. Was kind of easy, like you need to download those nearly 300 megabytes out of the App Store. You install it. The very first thing is, which I will show you in some screenshots beside I'm talking about it, that you need to update everything, the dongle and the mouse. So you need 2 USB-C cables connected to your PC at the same time, because both needs to be updated at the same time. It's not possible to update one by one. And when you have done this, you are able to enter like the customization, which I will show you now. Basically, it comes with set to 1000 Hertz, which is very good. And with a 1 millimeter lift-off distance, you have like 504 profiles activated. You can't delete the profiles. The profiles are like snappable over the DPI. Also, there's game profiles which you can be set by the Ingenuity software, which I won't recommend. Just do one profile for gaming, deinstall the fucking software forever. One thing which is kind of odd for me is that there's no way you can set the debounce. I have no clue how high the debounce is on this mouse. I mean, there are very new TTC Gold switches, those 80 mils in. They seem, or they're kind of very fast for me, just by how they feel mechanically. So I have no idea why the debounce should be this high, or why I can't set the debounce, or why they don't give me the ability to do it. Only to change the lift-off distance to 1 and 2 millimeter and the hertz is like, why? At the DPI? What the fuck? So then I put this one on with the cable, because I wanted to set it to test it also on LDAT. And I realized on this version, with the new firmware by the way, you can't even set the lift-off distance. Lift-off distance is fixed, you only can set the hertz and the DPI, that's it. I have no idea if you can switch this in a INI or something, or like make by hand without the software. I hope so, for people who really want to play it, because the shape is kind of awesome, to be honest. Which brings me to other points, that like everything else here on this product is nice. The plastic feels nice. The side buttons, super tactile, super feeling. I will show you some close-ups now, besides I'm talking. It's super great feeling. One of my favorite shapes. I also like the Phantom shape. Yes, I don't like the internals of the final mouse, but I still love the shape, guys. It's an awesome shape. In every video I say it, so I'm not a hater on final mouse. So, and this shape is also very good. If you compare it, for example, to the Final Mouse M, you have a more wide ass, so there's more leash for you to grip it with your thumb, your pinky, and your ring finger. So it gives a very relaxed claw grip, a good palm grip if you want. It lays very solid in hand, and because of the total area you have, so the width in total of the mouse, the feeling of the 61 gram are kind of low, because the more area you have, the weight is laying on, or gets laid on, and how the feet are based on the bottom, the less you feel of the weight. So if you use it, it basically feels less heavy than a Hati, for example, because a Hati is kind of small and has a lot of weight here, and it feels kind of heavy. And if you make it with this, it feels more natural, because the size in total gives you a better feeling. So one of the best shapes I've ever seen. If you compare it to a G Pro, it's flatter, it's wider, it's more pronounced than a G Pro. The click base, or the clicks in general, so how you can grip it, is way better, because the hump is not so pronounced, and the fall off of the clicks is not so hard. So you can relaxed stretch your fingers on a 18 centimeter long hand, but 11 centimeter broad hand, and still have an awesome grip. Okay, the clicks look kind of small, but honestly, positioning is goated. The height here avoids that you go over to the ledge and can't click. The position of the mouse wheel is good. It looks like it's kind of centered for everyone. And the shape, I know that they changed nothing to the real shape, and why they should change anything. It's an awesome shape. The skates still the same like on the first one. Skates very good, very rounded, nice PTFE, not too hard, not too soft, not too scratchy, awesome feeling. I would say one of the best out of the box feelings I've ever had on a product which basically is 60-70 euro class, not 100 euro class, just to clarify this. And that's also one thing that is just by the shape how it's made and how the plastic feels. The plastic feels basically still the same like on the first one. It's also one of the few mouse I can play without instantly putting grips on it, because on how it's made, it's the most width, most flat and short mouse I've ever had. So I think it's awesome. I love the shape, not gonna lie. One of my top 3 shapes overall I've ever used. and I'm kind of upset. The only thing they really changed, so they don't change the sensor, they improved the software by one thing. Okay, it's wireless now, it's 2 gram more, colors are the same. What did they change? Basically, they changed one thing. They went over from TTC Gold 60s, which I don't like, to be honest. I know them for very long term, because on the very first TheWhale products I have, they used 40s and 60s too, and I don't like them. I think they're trash. They went over to those TTC 80s. They feel way better. They have a better click feeling just by clicking with the Phantom and with the Chaos. I'm totally sure you heard it. You can basically click way faster with the TTC Golds compared to the KL8s on the Phantom, just for people who need high click rates. And I also made some research for you guys. I seeked out those papers here of the TTC switches of the Gold 80s and the build up. One thing here mentioned is that basically the interior or the internal build up is not the best, to be honest. It's made with a stamp, with a classic stamp, but it's gold contacted, so it's kind of one of the fastest ways to internally to internally close and open those circuits. So the sending and non-sending, so the resetting. In general, the spring also feels very snappy, very good, very responsible, so it gives there's a fast snapback from the click, and there's basically very low pre-travel and close to non post-travel, very good feeling. It's a good one. It's not my main decision. I would stood with teal Kales or teal Omrons or something like that, to be honest, or with not teal Omrons, teal Kales, teal Huanos, or with Japanese Omrons. That's my 3 main choices in general, because just to show you this picture, most of people are more familiar with this one. I think that's not the best alternative. Sure, it's different to anything else you have on the market. There are only a few people using TTC Golds, but I think that's improvement for sure to the white, but that's besides the sensor. One thing I would change for sure, 100% sure. And I won't build KL 8.0s anymore. Also, don't put those 4.0s. Try the 2.0s. In the 2 steppings, there's a heavy and a not so heavy clicking on the 2.0s of the KLs. Believe me, they're way better than the 4s and the 8s. That's the KLs you will love. Just trust me about this, guys. So I think I can close this also. One thing I also done, like I always do, is like the latency test for you guys. And now you want to ask me, oh, well, how fast is it? How fast is it? How fast is it, guys? What do you think? Is it fast? Is it slow? I mean, we just start with the MVP in this test. It's still 8.81 milliseconds, the GPX Superlight. You know from other guys like Optimum Tech who have like 12 to 14 milliseconds with this one. My system is a little bit optimized, so keep in mind my system performs up to 8 milliseconds faster than other systems or than your system maybe. What we've measured is the click to photo latency. We call it end to end. We measured it with a LDOT. LDOT is provided to us by NVIDIA Germany, which is basically a sensor with a special program made by NVIDIA, which is measuring over a signal right in front of this ASUS 360 Hz QNR monitor when the click, so when we engage the click, the internal timer starts, and when the sensor, which is measuring the photon, the flash on the screen under very pronounced or very detailed preset settings on the monitor and on the system, it tells you the milliseconds, the exact milliseconds. And then you can reproduce everything. We just reproduce our standard numbers with the GPX, with the system and some other steps to be sure the system is always set the same way, to always give you the real and right numbers. We compare upfront over an hour just to get the right settings before we even start to build up for the daily test of LDAT. It takes a lot of time and it's reliable and it's rebuildable. Because some people say, yeah, but where are these numbers from? They're too far away from each other. They are not, guys. They are not. They are sure not totally perfect, but they are always made under the same conditions. So I just started 8.8 milliseconds on the G Pro, the Pulsar X Lite, the red one, the last one I've tested, not a V2, not a V1.5 with cable. So the wireless red was like 12.35 milliseconds. Then I tested the Xtrfy M4 wireless, which I, by the way, still did not have made a video about it, but this one was like 13.22 milliseconds, which is still very good and has a very low standard deviation. After this, I went over to the Phantom for you, which is the slowest today and basically always will be one of the slowest. Besides some other, it was like 15.54 with the newest software, the software which is named by me, I'm dumbass, with adjusted debounce timer, by the way, so 15.54 milliseconds. Then we are going over to the wireless, to the cable one. So 1000 Hertz, 1600 dpi on the one with the cable, and with the newest firmware for like 13.48 milliseconds, which is kind of not that good for cable one. So we know that there are like, on my system, like Viper Mini, it's roughly 10 milliseconds. That's not that good for more. And basically then we come to the one you're here about, the wireless version, 1000 Hertz, 1600 dpi, debounce time unknown. Sadly, I would love to set it to 0 or 1 milliseconds, and then we are close to 50 milliseconds. It's 14.98 milliseconds in average with a kind of high standard deviation of 1.67 milliseconds up to down. Is this good? No, it isn't. Why it isn't good? I think it's because of the switches. I think the debounce destroys the technical or physical ability of those gold contacted switches from made by TTC. And could they improve? For sure. Just give it free in the fucking firmware and in the software so that we can adjust our debounce to 0. If we have double click bro, then we double shoot, okay? It's a double shot then, double headshot, like always. So I don't care about double and double clicks, because I won't buy anything double, because I never buy anything on the internet. And that's the way you should do it. Always give everything to your client. Let people decide what they want to do. Give them the freedom of mind to buy a product which is fucking overpriced. And when they buy it, just let them do everything what they want with it. Because you already earned 10 times the money what the fucking product costs. That's a 12 euro product, maybe 14 euro. And at the amount HP or they are producing, it's below 10 for sure. And they sell it for 100. Is this fair? No. Is it clever? Yes, because they earn a lot of money. So maybe don't buy it, guys. Besides the awesome shape, how it feels, how it in generally would be, also if you mod it, one of the best things you ever have in hand. Besides the dump sensor and the non-adjustable debounce, you shouldn't buy it, please. I would give you an update if I see something like, oh, you can adjust the debounce now, or we make a plus version or 2.0 with a better sensor. Then I'm surely back with this one, because I'm in love with the fucking shape. But for now, I can tell you, I'm surprised and disappointed at the same time. And maybe more disappointed because of the fucking high price. I know already a lot of people who wrote me on Twitter who love the shape and how it feels in general. I knew this before because I had this one. I made this review 10 months ago and nobody cared. Now you care maybe because it's new and it's a little bit more hype because it's wireless. Whatever. But nothing changed. Big brands, big money. They want to earn a lot. They could if they would sell it cheaper because more people would buy it. So guys, if you have any questions about this mouse, about why I'm talking so long about some so easy terms like making a mouse or a review, just put it down in the comments below. I would try to answer as soon and as fast as possible. Please keep in mind, questions and everything, messages everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, Pornhub, everywhere are just raising, and sometimes it will take me a lot of time to answer everything. Also keep in mind, we are doing business with our own mouse and our own mouse pads right now, and I keep you up about this too, basically on my Instagram and on my Twitch every day and on my Twitter. Also on the YouTube here, just sub if you don't know me. You will see a lot of great content will follow after this one, like always, and like I did before already. Thanks for watching so far, and see you soon, guys. Bye bye.